Everybody,
It's
Why
gonna
am
be
I
that.
back?
Finally
it's gonna be
back.
fun.
But
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
gonna have some a little bit more vacation with some underwater. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, underwater
Hey.
characters. Woo!
Yeah.
Everybody got
Water.
surfing.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
What is it?
Oh, I
What?
fucked up.
What did you do?
No.
What did you
wait,
do? What did you do?
It's not underwater. It's underrated.
No,
Underrated anime.
no, you did not. No, no.
Kevin,
I'm looking the list right.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to redo my list.
So I put this for nothing?
Yep.
And I just took a shower for nothing.
Why would you
Sorry.
take a shower?
Yeah, why would you
Just to get ready to go into water. Do you expect me to get germs in that area?
Dude, we're going to the ocean, not
Hey.
the freaking dirtiest pond you
Alright.
can find.
Anyways, guys, how's it going there? Wow. Feels like forever since we got together to do
Yeah.
these
Working
things.
back to back, like it's great that I'm getting painted for all time, but man, it could be overwhelming. But
Oh
I'm
yeah.
able to power through it.
It's true,
Yeah.
but also, guys, belated Merry Christmas, but also Happy New Year. We are in now
Yeah.
2022.
Yep.
The
I just hope it's not
hype
That
here.
20
random gift.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just hope it's not 2020 round 2.
Yeah, but
that's the hope.
Yeah.
Here's something really
And by saying that, I
special,
probably just jinxed us.
Nick.
baby. But here's something special though, because usually I would start out with like the round 3 of Weeb Wars, but no, we're not doing that.
Aw.
I mean, this is actually going to be something everyone can understand with anime. Like, how many anime have we seen in our lives?
Quite a lot.
And what about the ones that don't really get all that attention? I mean, we always talk about like ones like Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, all that. But what about some of the others?
Yeah.
There's plenty of anime out there. There's had to be some new ones out there that we don't know of.
And
Yeah,
some that are
it's
just
sad.
definitely related.
Indeed. So that's why we're giving you guys the top 10 underrated animes.
What do you know?
Yeah.
My sure is about an underrated anime.
Hey, mine's not.
Yours not. Yours is the one that we can't wait to see again coming back this year.
Yeah, don't tell her. Okay, sorry.
But yeah, of course we
Ow.
have one person, but also maybe 2 people joining us a little bit later because they have a little bit stuff to do. But for starting off right now, it's actually going to be EDA is going to be the person to start us off today.
Nice.
Finally get the
Alrighty.
goal.
Yes, you do. And
What a
after that
four.
will be silver. Will actually go to Kevin.
Yay!
We'll go. And then I'll take the bronze medal, actually.
Mm,
And then Nate, you have the honor of being best for last until we get more of our crew.
Yay!
So let's see some of these. I'm actually really, really curious about this list.
Oh yeah.
What do we got, EDA? Going to number 10s.
Oh, easy. Number 10. We all saw No Way Home, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a superhero one, but it's a bit different than what you're thinking of.
What?
And I will be free to admit it wasn't the best adaptation, but I'll tell you what I can get. Number 10 is Zetman.
Zetman.
Yes.
Okay.
Never heard
Okay.
of that one.
I've never
Hence,
heard.
hence why it's underrated.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, we got My Hero Academia. You don't really hear about other things.
True.
Okay. Yeah, but this is different. Hey, Zetman stars a character who is actually like a bioengineered being who battles other bioengineered beings while under being the guise of a dark hero. In reality, he's definitely more of an anti-hero. And the main rival is some guy with a hero complex. But he's basically anime Tony Stark. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's not good. That's not good.
but he's still a teenager, so you know that happens. What happens with that in anime? And yes, it's not the best adaptation, but dear God, do they make the most of it? It's dark, it's brooding, it is also a little bit scary. And when you read the source material, it's 10 times better. It's better.
Alrighty.
Wow.
So much better.
Okay.
I mean, I just love when Jin goes into Zetman mode, but he gains it's black, it's white, black, and then some red horns on it. He looks like a literal devil.
Yeah, I just saw right now. He looks cool.
Awesome.
Huh.
And I really hope we can get a proper adaptation someday, but I'm not going to hold my breath that
I mean,
long.
if Fullmetal Alchemist and Parasites could get remakes, maybe this one might one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things deserve remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. Number 10 is Zetman.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. So I got
Wow.
another thing to add to my queue. Wow. And
It's
I'm
a really quick
curious.
show.
Alrighty, Kev. How about yours, man?
All right. Okay, guys, let me ask you, what do you combine? What happens when you combine magical girls with military warfare?
Oh,
Oh, I
way.
know where this is coming from.
Yep. Rapture Talon, magical girl spec up Asuka.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Originally, this was number 9, but then I started thinking about it. This show's good for what it is. I mean, think about it, like magical girls being soldiers. Like, yes, we've seen magical girls in other media, you know, Sailor Moon, Madoka Magica, but this one, it really fucks with you. Like, these
Holy
girls
shit,
are
yeah.
fucking getting ripped apart, filled with bullets, everything. And you see body parts being ripped out and whatnot. It's brutal. I mean, the 5 surviving members of the Magical 5, Asuka, Nia, Tamara, Kurumi, Pepe, like, they're the only 5 remaining of the 11 that try to fight against Vsauce. And man, they each have interesting personality. I like Asuka as the leader. You know, she's the one that suffers the most PTSD. We got Kurumi, the Yandere war nurse, who is sexy, but she's also terrifying as all fuck.
Mhm.
We got Cyrus, the American soldier, or the American sniper, who of course is a ripoff of Miley Cyrus, except she doesn't sing, so that's a plus.
Miley Cyrus, but better, huh?
I don't know about that, but okay. Tamara, the very cute but very deadly Russian. And we got Pepe, the Chinese girl who we barely saw.
We barely saw. We honestly,
And let's be,
in
yeah,
the
and let's
manga,
be
it was all
honest.
she's actually doesn't really show as much.
Yeah.
I wasn't even going to go there. I was just saying her original look was much better than
Oh
that
yeah. But
surgery afterwards.
I agree.
I just like the story that we see these girls having to go fight this war again after a few years, and the action's pretty good, though. Admittedly, a lot of it's still shots. Like, you guys notice that? Like, you see some good action scenes, but then there's a lot of still shots where you just see the characters barely move, like like that. I'm just like,
Yeah.
kind of kills the vibe, you know. And I guess some of the villains are pretty okay. You know, Gias was definitely the most sympathetic, as well as Chisato,
Yeah,
but
Chisato.
yeah, and Queen, I'm curious to see more about her, even though I know who she is. And you know, some of the side characters are right. You know, the soundtrack's pretty good though. I like the soundtrack. The opening and the ending are good, but overall, this show, it's not the greatest in terms of story, but it has interesting characters and interesting plot. You know, it's good. It's good. So, Magical Girls is number 10.
Nice.
Thank
And
you.
also,
And
Nikki has joined us
Nikki!
tonight.
Jojo!
What is that god awful picture?
Hey, whoa!
It's
Oh,
JoJo,
it's man. Yeah, buddy, because we just started. We were already on number 10, so we're on to me right now, so you'll be after Nate.
Yep,
Okay,
I can
so-
see that. Let's see that.
Alrighty, so I'll make a brief announcement for this. My number 10 and 9, they are low because they've actually have gotten a bigger cult following, and also they actually have a little more content. But they were, when they came out, they were very underrated. So this one may be a shocker for you guys for my number 10. Try to guess this opening. Zaku no zuneshi no yo.
Oh my god! I thought it would be like high, but wow.
Yep. Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh,
my
yeah. It got a
God.
recent call following against the Netflix dub.
Not the Netflix dub, but I'll get to that in a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, right. I'm thinking of something else.
Because when it started, Neon Genesis Evangelion pushed the bar with how they wanted to do a mech style animes. But when the ending for the anime came out, wow, was that bad? It took basically the whole thing about just emo kids in giant mech suits that are technically supposed to be females. They're basically meant to be humanoid female kind of design, but which is already all 10 times like, what the hell were they thinking? But the action is great. The whole the designs are good, but when that ending hit, like, oh, we're just gonna pull a thing, everyone dies. Why the fuck not? It didn't take until the movie ending, End of Ava, to fix that and actually give it a sense like this is actually a really good anime. And the reason why, it's this low is because we actually got movies, we actually got spin-offs, we actually got a new recent dub of the anime, which is supposed to be a reboot. It's supposed to be supposed to be a reboot, but it doesn't take away the fact that when it started back when anime was starting to be popular, it was one of those underrated ones that started off nice. Yes, it started off really, really good. All like the Evas and the Angel battles were good, but the story just went good, and it started to decline.
It was okay around the 2000s, but in the 2010s, it just.
It did. It fall pretty hard. And plus, I mean, I heard the manga was godlike. I'm surprised I didn't even read it yet. But I just liked it still. I mean, yeah, the ending did kind of make me upset. I didn't know if there was anything else after this. I thought this was it, but the reason why it kept on getting more and it's getting a cult following is because it was actually popular enough to get that. And yeah, maybe I'll check out the manga someday. So number 10 is Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay, yeah, I was just shocked. Like I thought it would be higher, and Trey's here now.
Oh, Trey's
Yep, and Trey's just here right after my number
Unite
10.
the six. Unite the six.
Hey, Trey.
Hey, Trey.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, shit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. My mind is scattered.
Are
Hey,
you
Nick,
feeling
buddy?
Yeah, no, my mind is scattered.
Nikki, Brandon, Kevin. Shit. My mind is scattered right
Okay.
now. I'm gonna have to
Hey,
keep
we
this
know
again.
our name.
Chill,
Keep that in.
chill,
Keep that
We're
in.
good, buddy. The only thing you
899.
missed, Trey, was EDA's, Kevin's, and my number 10s. So you're after Nikki's. But if you want to know, EDA's was a Zetman.
Okay,
Kevin, yours was Magical Girl Spike Ops Asuka.
of course.
And
Well,
well,
what would you,
well,
Trey?
here's mine, Trey. My number 10 is Evangelion.
Oh shit! Actually, I get that because nobody talks about it anymore.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
I
why are you
actually-
showing us these socks?
But it's okay if it's like if the series that we choose that are underrated, like if they are manga series, right? Too, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can mention the manga, yeah.
Mhm.
As long as they still have the anime.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Chainsaw Man.
as of right now, we're gonna go off to Nate. He is the next.
Well, I've seen a lot of animes in high school, and a lot of them are pretty underrated. And this one, while I won't count it as my favorite, I still think it works decently for the type of genre it is. So I'm not gonna. Well, I'm just gonna say it. Number 10 is Snow White with red hair.
Oh, shit! I just thought of
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show.
It's very underrated too, I have to admit. And as of now, people already know that like some of the recent adaptations for Snow White is, well, obviously White Schnee, but some people tend to forget that this is another adaptation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but done in a unique way. What would happen if Snow White had red hair? And this was very evident as the main female character, Shirayuki, she gets a lot of attention because of her beautiful red hair. So that's why she has to like be cautious about it. She has to be more careful. It wasn't until meeting her love interest of the story, Zen, that's when things started to take a better for the change. And usually these romances and fantasy genres, it can be pretty cliche. And yeah, some episodes can be a bit cliche, which is why I could put in number 10. Dad and I haven't seen it for so long.
like
But
a lot of our shows that we're talking about.
definitely. But I still fondly remember Snow White with Red Hair for its beautiful animation because wow, that is so beautiful. Especially around some of like the flower garden scenes. Oh, that is so
It
breathtaking.
was good, man.
Definitely.
They were good.
Yeah.
Plus, I have to give credit to some of the voice work. The subcasting was very good as usual. And I have to admit, the dubcast, it's pretty decent. I mean, you got Brina Palencia and Josh Grell as the main leads.
Yay,
Yeah.
Josh Gill, they're amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
they
awesome.
are. Again, some episodes can be hit or miss and all that, but it doesn't take away the fact that this is a really underrated romantic anime. I definitely recommend it if you're looking for something that is not an harem. It's just like a straightforward romantic story, and it works.
Good.
I
I mean,
orig- Yeah, I originally wanted to have Ancient Mage's Bride because it does well with the fantasy, but it also kind of weirded me out on the romance, if I had to be honest.
Really? What gave you that idea?
it's basically it's a Harry Potter mashup with Beauty and the Beast. It's unique. Come on.
It's beautiful.
The
Okay.
execution of that romance is okay. That's
Okay.
creepy.
All right, let's move on.
But yeah, Snow White with Red Hair is my number 10.
Okay,
Nice.
good job, Nate. I'm still watching that, so good job.
Mhm.
Trey, why are you showing us your socks?
Because he's doing laundry.
He's
Oh,
doing
Yeah, I'm
laundry.
doing
It's
chores
fine.
while we do this.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Don't worry,
Yeah, it's
Kevin.
called
By the time,
multitasking.
don't worry,
I'm
Kevin.
gonna
By the time you're at
do
my
a bit
age,
of
you'll get
my
used
underwear.
to it.
Yeah.
All right.
So
go ahead.
Nikki, your turn,
Oh.
buddy. Yep, it's your turn.
Oh boy. I just I just put this list right now. So let's see how this goes. So for my number 10, it's gonna be Garo the animation.
Oh,
Garo.
Oh.
I know about that one.
Yeah, I've heard
Heard
of
of
it.
Oh,
So for Tokusatsu fans, Garo is pretty much like the dark or the adult series for this type of genre because we have ones like Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, and Ultraman, which tend to focus more on like kid to young adults. This one is mostly performed on like TV time. They are performed at night because this thing can get really dark. So at first it started off as a live action short series, and then it had different series and seasons and all that. And then years later, they made this animation. So pretty much, it's based on the setting is happening in.
I think it's like, is this supposed to be like a mix of a feudal and modern Japan? I keep forgetting.
No, that was another animation, but this first animation happened in Europe. So pretty much by the time where the Black Death was happening, so like
oh, whoa.
1300s was happening.
Okay.
So yes, so just to give it a pre-description, the Garos are pretty much like these armored like demon wolf knights that basically go around and sling around these creatures who are possessing humans and making them into a monster sort of thing. So it does get a little bit dark and gritty, and I think it's fun just to see, like, you know, if you're a Tokusatsu fan, you should definitely watch that. The animation looks really nice, the armors look amazing, and then
Oh, yeah, it really does.
yeah, and
Yeah,
also it does get dark and serious in now and then because even at the beginning it starts off really dark and we kind of see the
Oh,
origins of
yeah.
our main character.
You see the what?
At the pretty much at the first episode, we see our character being born under fire.
Oh boy! And I thought Guts had it.
Well, it's the Middle Ages. You know how people like to burn people.
True.
It does sound dark, but the
wow.
Oh my
Right,
god!
Got Christians in here, man. You gotta call us out like that.
Wait,
You did it,
Whoa.
not us.
wow, so people really love roasting each other in the Middle Ages, didn't they?
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
actually,
this-
there is.
yeah, that's your perfect turf, Kevin.
I mean, it is the Garo series. There is a Garo animation on Netflix. If anyone wants to watch it, shout out to that.
Well, funny enough, my niece actually started the first episode on my Netflix, and she's fucking 2, guys.
Your niece is hard.
How
no,
old is your niece
she did
again?
it on accident, okay?
Said she's 2.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no. Okay, no. Look, she wasn't watching it. She had the remote. She randomly pressed it on Garo. First it was Sailor Moon Crystal the movie, and now it's Garo. So it's
No one
always
read to her as a bedtime story.
no.
So cool.
Oh my god, dude.
Rain.
Trey, go on to your number 10, man.
I'm gonna kill you.
All right, my number 10 is actually gonna probably make Nate happy. Eden Zero.
Eden Zero.
Okay, what?
Right, you want to know the funny thing? It's on my list.
Same
but it's
here.
higher.
I'm slightly triggered, but I'm curious.
Okay, how I rank these is mostly just based off of how underrated they are, not really their quality. Like basically, like I rank them based on like how well known they are, how talked they are, how much you're doing in sales and shit like that. That's how I
Okay.
think this. And Eden Zero, the reason why it's at the very bottom is because it's the very newest, and people are still talking about it. But unfortunately, even though its anime came out, I did some digging around, watched some video reviews and some research. Its manga sales, it's still dropping.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's sad
Unfortunately,
because the story is so much better than fairy tales. I'm being
Exactly, and I think Hiromashima really did manage to improve on his writing while still keeping his style with Eden Zero, and I very much appreciate the animation that JC Staff is putting into it. Its music is great, and while I still feel like the action scenes in the manga still hit a little bit harder for me than the animation, I can admit that it does still do its credit due. Like I can still own up to that, and I'm very glad that people are still into it at the moment, at the race, or at least recognizing it. And we still have enough people on YouTube and Twitter giving their own reviews. And at the very least, Hiromashima should be able to tell a complete story. But here's hoping that its manga sales pick up. Really.
I mean,
yeah, I'm hoping for that too.
true.
and to be fair, the first action they did in the episode was really impressive. Like I definitely like the fights against the Kikais or the machines.
Oh yeah, and the music sounds pretty good.
Oh yeah, the music is amazing, especially with
Especially made by the people that made Death Note.
Holy
Yep.
I think I'm just happy that I'm happy that the female character for this series can fight.
for once.
You,
We can-
Rebecca.
fucking Guns is awesome.
And she's a
Happy
gamer. I
guys.
can totally date a girl like that. She can fight.
Oh, no.
And
We all
Not a
could.
gamer,
All right,
a
all right.
VTuber.
That's the same joke I made last.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're on the
All right, no, number 9's really good choices. Number 10's guys.
Wow,
What do we got for
really
number 9?
quick, I noticed.
Go, Nikki. Or Nicholas, sorry.
All right. I mentioned this one in a top 10 anime, but it is actually underrated considering the genre it's in. It's really hard to do this right in anime, but this one nailed it. Number 9 is Shiki.
Shiki.
Seriously underrated horror movie,
Okay,
horror anime.
this is
Is that the one that's with the girl that could like cut and kill things with her knife and shit?
No,
No, that's
With
that's
a
Yuno's
doll
side.
or
That's
something?
Future Diary.
You know what's ironic? Is
No.
I-
It's kind of in the same. I think it was like made by the same dude that
magical
made Nasuverse.
magic side or something.
Yeah, with like it's like connected to fate in a certain way under the Nasuverse. Is that what you're talking
Oh,
about?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
it's not
no,
that.
no, it's not. It's
Okay.
vampires. Another vampire
Oh.
anime.
Okay, but can I
Oh, okay.
say what I'm
My
going to
bad.
say right now, real quick? Can I just say, it's ironic that you're talking about Shiki when what Trey just talked about was Eden Zero, and the main character is Shiki. That's
Wait,
ironic.
seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, point that out.
Oh my god!
Okay, but
Graham
continue,
Bell.
please.
That's true.
Right, yes. And look, anime, it's not exactly really good in horror history. There are very few good horror animes out there, but when they do it right,
Yep.
they do it right. Small town, people start dying off, big bad vampires are moving in and killing everybody and taking over the town. And while it sounds like a simple premise, well, it is, but it's just executed so well. Oh, God. I mean, even the villains are not exactly villains. They're kind of victims of this curse. Because that's what a vampire is. It is a curse. It is never being able to be with anybody else. It's just lonely. But there are some still fucked up moments in this thing. Especially around the halfway point. Yeah. Dude, when the doctor finds out what's going on,
Shit
a little
got real.
yeah, I'm gonna give you minor guys a little spoiler. He does an experimentation on one, while it's still alive.
Now you want to know the fucked up part?
What?
That was his wife.
That was his wife.
It was his wife.
Oh shit! It sounds like Show Tucker.
No, basically they did a reverse operation where they didn't put the subject on cold and fuck.
To be
Yeah.
fair, she couldn't die yet for a lot of it. Yeah. And this is basically the moral is don't let fear and panic take over because it will lead to
Really?
some messed up stuff.
Mhm.
It's also just a terrifying tale of mob mentality because once they start looking for them,
Remember the Purge?
yeah,
Yeah.
think that, but slower and more dramatic. Because
Mhm.
Jesus,
There's a reason why it messed me up.
it probably messed me up too. And I forgot to mention this last time, and I will mention it if we do another anime opening. Goddamn buck ticks.
Yeah.
Fantastic opening, man.
Really good opening. I will admit that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my number 9. Who'd have
Alrighty.
figured I would have a horror on my list?
Oh no, you're not. No,
Horror is
I
very
have
underrated.
to have 2 on my
No-brainer.
list.
Very expected.
All right.
Go ahead, Kevin.
All right. Let's salute our Valkyries for the coming of Ragnarok is coming.
Oh,
What the hell?
Yep. The warlords of Sir Drifa.
Wow, dude. I'm surprised it's
Yeah.
This
this
slow.
Yeah. Wait, Nicholas, what the fuck? You don't even know the show. Oh, but you know.
Well,
what
I'm
talking
getting
about.
close
For a
to
moment
watching
there.
it.
For a moment there, I thought you fucking said Record of Ragnarok. I don't want to
Oh
hear
no
that.
no 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 no!
What happened? What happened with Record of Ragnarok?
Okay,
It was
guys.
bullshit.
Okay, I think from now on,
Nick,
if you
can't
want-
DM me. Nick,
Look, look,
Do
DM me.
not ever mention Record of Ragnarok with the anime to me again.
okay,
Hey, I hate the anime too.
Okay.
I hate it just as much
okay,
as you do,
okay,
man.
guys, I think we found Trey's new trigger word.
yep.
Record of
I
Ragnarok
hate
anime.
Netflix.
And I thought Trey getting mad about Astro's War was one thing. Jeez.
Oh, he'll get mad later. He'll get mad.
He'll get mad at me soon.
No, no,
with
no,
that.
but with Astro's War, at the very least, it had good animation. Record of Ragnarok, though, they took a potential tournament anime that could rival the likes of Dragon Ball and made it into
Brandon,
a
can you mute
shit.
Trey right now?
Literally shit it.
You know,
We're not talking about what we hate. We're talking about what we wish
All
got
right, all
more
right.
love.
Yeah,
okay, can I?
go on with
Can
Warlords.
we,
Yeah, what was it, Drifa?
Okay,
my favorite.
so this show I saw in the whim. I was like on Funimation. I was like, okay, I want a new show, and I see this. I see cute girls with planes. I'm like, okay, let's see. Is this fun? First minute, yeah, people get slaughtered in the air. They get slaughtered, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then we get Odin coming to the World Conference saying, okay, I'll save your asses with this. Like he has a project. Girls, young girls, Valkyries fighting these monsters, and honestly, the first episode was great. An hour long, that was amazing. We get introduced to Claudia, who's an awesome main character. We see her in action. We see that she's the only one that survived the first attack, because every time she's in combat, she's the only survivor, which is awesome.
No,
And-
dude, that's not awesome.
Well, okay, no, okay, no,
Not
no, no.
psychologically, anyway.
Okay. So okay. It's interesting to see how skilled she is. It's fucked up to see how everyone else around her dies. So she gets transferred to America after their Valkyrie dies. So she joins this base where she meets 4 others. Second best girl, Azuzu, Miyako, and then Sonika. And of course she doesn't know how to bond with them, because every time she bonds with someone and they go on a mission,
Dead.
they die. But
Mhm.
what I like about the first episode is that she starts to slowly understand these people, and when she sees them in the comics, she realizes, okay, these guys might actually survive. And episode 2 was good too, because we get to learn more about the area, how people react to the Valkyries fighting, and it's nice. Episode 3, though, it
God
started out
damn it.
so well. It's
Oh.
so heartwarming seeing them just interact with the people, them thanking them for saving them. And then one pilot on the brink of death, they start comforting him, and Claudia sings, and I cried.
I cried like
Your
a
heart out like that bleach
Oh,
shirt.
that was-
Yes, I cried. Like, I didn't think I would cry in episode 3, and I did. Then Brandon did, then Nate did, but Trey didn't because he's a cold-hearted bastard.
So you're like Ichigo now on your shirt.
What do you mean?
Hello.
A hole.
You're
You have a
hollow.
hole on your chest.
Trey's a hollow. But anyways, what I like about... God, Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue. The reason I like Warlords is because it has awesome animation, good music. The actions are awesome. Two of the girls are awesome. The other two are alright, but I just like how everyone reacts to them. You know, they're fighting together as a team. And as you get more into the show, it gets a lot darker, especially with Odin and Thor. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that's war for you.
Yeah, and then the last episode, like it was a good ending. You know, if they don't continue it, then that's fine. I think that's perfect the way.
Yeah, I
it
thought
is.
that was a good conclusion.
Yeah,
But also, the fact that the creator of ReZero made this an original series that is better than his main series. Like, I'm not trying to bash on ReZero, except I am.
No,
But
do it,
then-
man.
He made a
Hey,
great series.
Hey,
And
me
then
and Brandon do the bashing already.
And
So.
then he makes Vivi's Fluorescent song, which is awesome too. But the funny thing about Warlords is that not 11 episodes are great. Episode 4 broke me.
Oh my
Episode
god.
4's beach
It went
episode.
from cringe to just make me laugh.
I just couldn't. Can we just take a moment of silence for Pretty Boy? He died 3 times for Best Girl.
I know.
I
But
still
yeah.
can't get over that Miyoko and Claudia joined on the Clappity Clap thing. I'm
It
like,
takes
really?
Azuzu to figure that out.
Oh, okay, but yeah. So the reason it's this short is because it is an original anime, and for what it is, it's good. It just the other shows were had a lot more deeper, conflicts and such. So that's why it's not as high. But still, Claudia and Azusa are great. Odin's a sympathetic villain, and I'll admit I would fly Azusa's plane because that thing is fucking loaded.
It looks
Yeah.
So is she.
She's like a B, maybe a C.
Wait, B or C cup?
Dude! I was trying to make a wealth.
Okay, moving on. Wait a minute, Nikki's on a bleach sword.
Yes.
Nikki, I will trade you a Demon Slayer sword for that right now.
You're not gonna.
Oh,
trade
I'm not
that.
trading it. I'm using it against someone.
Oh, that. All right. I'm okay. So Warlords of Sea Dreamfall. Go ahead, Brandon.
Alrighty. So as I said before, my number 10s and 9, they are low because they started underrated, but they actually got more of a cult following.
Mhm.
So number 9 is actually it's actually a really good concept. It is, let's be surprised with this one, Assassination Classroom.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it is
Oh.
underrated.
I still have to.
Yeah.
I need to actually fully watch it. Whoa.
Yeah, man, Assassination Classroom. This anime is
Weird.
it's
Fun.
weird, but it's
started out
hilarious.
Weird,
It's
shit.
awesome.
It's like Danganronpa vibes, to be honest.
Yeah, it
Don't get me
started
wrong,
out
but here's the
weird,
thing.
but-
Also, isn't this also like a little bit of some more vibes with like My Hero Academia that they're training to be,
Yeah.
be actual assassins?
it's weird.
feels like-
and-
It feels like it could be a Bobo episode.
Oh my god! Don't even remind me of that.
Don't remind me.
Nicholas, you missed a bow at the end.
No.
I
You
didn't
want to know
say
a better
it.
comparison? You want to know a better comparison?
Okay.
This is Ned's school declassified the anime.
Holy shit, he's
I
right.
love
He's
that
right.
show. Okay, guys, let's shut up and let Brandon continue.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
come on, time crunch.
Assassination Classroom. This anime is just so good. It's fun. 2 seasons alone. That I never thought we could get season 2. When season 2 came out, this is fun. Like when you hear about Kyoto Sensei is actually dying, and the only way for these students to graduate is actually perfectly assassinate him. It's just wow. It has an interesting concept, and especially the funny moments with Kyoto Sensei.
Oh my god!
I was going to each of his students' homes and it's like, ready, go.
That was freaking Sunny Stray voicing the character. That's even awesome.
The voice of Krillin, English dub, is doing that teacher, that squid, like
Alien.
whatever he was.
So the least important member of the Dragon Ball team is now the most important member of his own anime?
Yeah, exactly,
Pretty
man.
much.
Oh wait, I was wrong. He's not Yamcha. My bad.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it just sucks that the sales were actually not that bad. The manga was actually decent. The Blu-rays for the anime were actually top notch. I don't know why they decided not to do it. I don't know why the Lord we had. Actually, now I think about it, the live action adaptation was not that bad at all of an adaptation.
I beg your pardon. That thing
was
got
a
a live
full
action
fair test.
adaptation.
Yes, it did.
Good God, that is nightmare fuel.
I recommend it. It's actually a fun watch. But it's just a shame that the studios just don't want to give it another chance to give it more, to give it another season. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, it really has a really good following. I mean, when I first heard about this, there was like a few people I knew in my social group that are like, that at least knew about the anime, but now that I read about this, actually, it sold almost 1.5 million copies of the manga in Japan and worldwide. So it's underrated, but it's really got a big following behind it. So yeah, Assassination Classroom is my number 9 on this list.
You get my respect, brother. You get my respect.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the animated series. It's
Kuro-sensei.
And plus, we had a main character that's like confused for a girl half the time. That joke's right themselves.
I blame the piece of shit mother for that one.
Yeah,
It still bugs the crap out of me whenever I see Karma versus Bakugo Death Battle pose and people keep voting for Karma for some fucking reason.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah, Karma would lose on that.
No, because here's the thing, Trey. Karma has character. Okay, go, Nate.
Go ahead, Nate. What's your man?
Oh boy.
Okay, I will
I
say
miss
this.
these meetings.
Yeah, I will say this. Number 9 and 8, those are the two animes that legitimately made me laugh. And this anime, oh my god, it is so weird, but it just made me bust. Number 9, it's Space Dandy.
Space
Oh,
Dandy.
shit,
Oh,
Wait, what?
I have it in my honorable mentions.
Oh,
Oh,
I do not, because I did not watch it.
Oh my
I
god.
remember
Damn.
the Wolves, fam. Oh my god.
If you want to talk about a crazy, out of nowhere, funny anime, Space Dandy is one of them.
like JoJo.
Pretty much.
In space.
Yeah, pretty much. It's literally a space opera, but it made it work. It's pretty much the misadventures of Danny, an alien bounty hunter who is the identity guy in space. He's trying to discover aliens that are very rare, and he has to help with two people, a robot assistant named QT, and a feline alien named, I am not kidding on this one, Meow.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. I couldn't think
So
of a
the
more
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm guessing in the sub his name is Nya.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wait, it's like from American Dad. Yeah.
This is your plan.
It's just the three of them together. They get into the funniest shit. And most of the time, Danny is being pursued by the evil Dr. Gel of the Gogel Empire. It's just so funny every time it fails.
You know it, man.
I remember watching it.
The Dubcats made it even funnier. I mean, seriously, you have Ian Sinclair as Danny. That's probably one of his best roles.
I remember watching it as a kid, and I did not have a clue what the fuck was going on, but I was completely there for it. Like, it felt like an episode of Mad.
Yeah, pretty much.
That explains it, because every episode is just one random shit after the other, but it works. Granted, it's something I haven't seen in a while, and sometimes the humor does get a little too weird, which is why I could put it at number 9, but even with that, it doesn't take away the fact that this is one of the funniest animes I've seen for how ridiculous things can get. Yeah, that's my number 9,
Well-
Space Dandy.
Well, you haven't seen Quintessential Quintuplets or Akashic Records or Master Magic Instructor yet, because those will make you bust, man. All right, go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nikki.
For my number 9, this series is still on air, so that's why I'm putting it the lowest at the moment. I feel like it's not going to get any attention until it's complete, but I definitely recommend it for an isekai anime. This is Far Away Paladin.
Faraway Paladin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Paladin. I heard about that.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
So-
I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, so pretty much we have a character who just got reincarnated into this new isekai world, and was raised by three undead, a skeleton warrior, a mummy like cleric or priestess, and then a ghost wizard.
Oh my! Talk about a terrifying trio.
Why
Yeah,
does
basically these three undead were once legendary adventurers, now turned undead, and now they became the adoptive father, mother, and grandfather to this kid, William. So pretty much the first few episodes we see him growing up and being raised by these three, learning how to fight, learning magic, and also learning about the gods that exist in this world. It is very touching. And then eventually William fights against enemies and other undeads, and eventually a god. And well, the first few episodes, it is so touching and warming because we get to see pretty much this character living a new life, because in their previous life they were so depressed and thought that their life wasn't worth living. But now that
Been there, done that.
Yep. But now that they've been reborn and now being raised well by these new people who just see him as, as their family, he thinks that, well, this is a life worth living now, and I want to do the best I can to live it to the best, even if I die again. So it is very nice. And I don't know why, but the feel it gives off, it's like if Dark Souls was an anime, this is what it feels like right now.
Huh.
So it's
Terrifying.
definitely, I would definitely say like it feels weird to think about it, but I just love the way, and it's so heartwarming. Like I'm not spoiling anything, but let's just say the next few episodes did make me feel emotional and sad. But I'm also at the same time very glad to see those moments. So I recommend watching the episodes because right now they released 10 episodes and they're still going. But yeah, this is something I think you should guys watch first. Isekai anime, and if you guys want to cry. Yeah, that includes you, Kevin. So that's my number 9.
Okay,
Ow.
I cry. Why you gotta call me out, Nikki?
I barely see you cry. I just want to enjoy the moment.
That is dark, dude. I don't think I want to see you in the
Oh.
videos anymore.
Oh well, let's see.
You stay dark, yet I'm the jolly one.
True. Go ahead, Trey. What is your number 9?
All right, my number 9, it's at number 9 because although it's old, it's a part of a larger franchise that is very popular even to this day. But in its franchise, I feel like it's one of the most overlooked, which is ironic considering Fate Zero is technically the origin story.
Oh my god!
What? Oh.
Fate Zero.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh!
Okay,
Okay.
I haven't even
Oh.
finished. I haven't even finished it yet. I feel like you're just. Wow. Okay.
Not a single spoiler.
Lane.
I won't.
Right
say it, but
I
I'm
know what
pretty sure
now.
happens, but Trey, even I'm.
Oh my
offended.
god, Nate is
Nate's
pissed.
pissed.
Nate is pissed.
I'm offended.
Okay, remember I said I'm rating these based on how underrated they are.
I
not on
know,
quality.
man. It's
I
just
know,
fun.
but
It's
it
just funny to for his reactions.
Wow.
Oh man.
I have never seen Nate this angry. It's actually kind of scary.
Look, trust me. Trust me.
Oh,
I
that's
love Fate
mild.
Like I love Fate Zero arguably more than I love Fate Stay Night, and like really like I just feel like it has some like the best characterization for these characters, especially in this setting. Like I very much prefer Gilgamesh in Fate Zero than I did in Fate Stay Night. I'll be honest.
Oh, everyone does. Everyone.
Yeah.
does.
First of all, Gilgamesh looks cool. Second of all, he's not that big of a douchebag. He's a
Yes,
douchebag, just not that big.
but it's like it's weird to me how overlooked this series is. It's like the only times I see people really reference Fate Zero is either through Gilgamesh or Shiro's dad Kiritsugu, and that's about it. Like nobody really talks about Iskandar. Nobody talks about any of the other characters in any other events. Nobody talks about Kiritsugu's wife anymore. Nobody really.
Yeah, because we know what happened to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going to spoil anything for Kevin, but it's like it's just weird. Nobody really refers to the series anymore. Like, and it's like it feels like it's just living in the shadow. And it's like it's not even like a series that was forgotten by the creator. I'm pretty sure the creator of the Nasuverse like wrote a novelization that they later adapted into the proper anime itself.
Yeah.
So this series has left to stand on. So you would think that people would like consider it with more respect and shit, but it's like I don't know. Like granted, at the very least, though, it probably has more popularity than say like some of the other spin-offs, like the the magical girl spin-off with the lollies kissing and shit.
Oh my god, that
Oh.
one was weird.
What kind of spin-off
What the
was
hell are you
Oh.
talking about?
The fan service one.
They
Yeah,
made
it
a
was
spin-off,
weird.
you know,
It was weird,
Can
man.
we just move on? Because I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
I'm feeling dirty.
But yeah, no, that's my choice for number 9, Fate Zero. I honestly hope people start talking about it a bit more if you're gonna talk more about Fate going forward, though.
Yeah.
I agree. Fate is, I mean, it's no joke.
Convoluted.
There's no beating bush around it. Fate has no continuity, so you choose whatever series you want, and that's definitely going to be one of everyone's favorites.
Yeah. Wow. Oh,
Alrighty, but I give you applause for mentioning Fate Zero, man.
I'll give you this for putting it so low, but it's fine.
Can't win.
Well,
Okay.
you're never gonna please Kevin. He's
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You like Bakugo? You can't win. Just kidding. All
Let's
right.
move
Alright,
on.
okay.
Moving
Alright.
on to number 8.
Let's
All
go.
right, that's too far. I'm sorry.
All right, we're going to number 8.
Yes.
All right, this show is the best way I can describe it is Inuyasha set in the normal world. Kinda.
Wait,
What?
Wait a minute.
wait, what?
Shakugan no Shana.
Oh,
Shaku,
Yeah.
Shauna!
dude. What? Okay,
Oh my
well,
god!
okay,
You've
Nikki,
never heard of it.
Nikki, it's understandable. It is underrated. But Nikki,
That's why it's on the list.
it's okay. Continue, please.
Continue.
Shakugan.
I love that show.
I know. But listen, first of all, I had Shauna as number 1 heroine. So,
Yes.
Did you? Oh yeah.
and I mean, the world is so rich, it is so lord. I loved every minute of it, even if some of the enemies got a little weird. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd
you
be
mean,
Kevin.
the siblings who kept kissing each other? Yeah, that weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they weren't
Ghost
siblings.
siblings.
They weren't real siblings, Nikki. Don't worry.
Hence the air quotes. But yeah, the story follows a kid named Yuji living a normal life until one day everything around him just freezes.
Mhm.
And then these freaking demons come up and start eating people's essence, pretty much their souls. And he's next on the menu until the aforementioned Shauna comes in and literally kicks ass. Okay,
Yeah.
seriously. And then she has to start following him around because there's some kind of special power within him. And he actually gives her name because she didn't have one before. So it is a romance before it is a shonen. So it is very loving, very tender, and very, very funny.
Yeah.
Shauna, you eat melon bread wrong in front of Shauna, and she will kick your head off.
Yes, you will.
That alone is hilarious. That too.
I love that. Goddamn cool.
So, and I'm amazed that it actually got 2 different dub casts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah,
Although I'll admit,
it suddenly,
I'm sorry, what?
it just suddenly changed during season 2.
Yeah, I noticed that. Honestly, I like the original. Like, no offense to
Yeah.
now, because Chairman Lee did her best as Shauna.
Agreed.
Josh
And
Groban's
as much as I
best
like
as
Josh Grell, I don't
Yeah.
see him as the other character.
Yeah,
No.
It felt a bit odd.
Yeah. But I mean, every character in there is unique. I mean, hell, let's just see. We have Marjorie Dow. I think that's her last name.
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah.
Wilhelmina.
Wilhelmina's awesome.
I know.
So blunt. I love it.
It's everything about it is awesome. And season 3 was a perfect wrap up.
Yes, it was.
But after that, nobody's really talking about it anymore. So underrated. At least it is in my book. So Shakugan no Shana.
Okay, you know what? You get.
Yeah, clap, man.
You know what? Just for you, Nicholas, I'm gonna continue it. I just finished episode 1 of season 2, so I'm gonna continue just for you, buddy, because I want to see.
Yay!
'Cause I heard it's good.
It's good, man. It's a good watch. So, but it's your turn though, man. What do you got?
Oh shit, that's right. So this one I think is the only one that's gonna know about is Trey. So are you guys tired of the cliche? Oh, young person becomes a superhero and such. Are you guys kind of tired of that trope? You know, are you tired of like
Yeah.
16-year-old let's have an old man be the protagonist, and let's have a young.
I know what this is.
I don't think you know what it is, but we're gonna need a hero with Inuyashiki, the last hero.
Yes, I knew what I thought it
Inuyashiki.
was.
Tell me my hero.
That's
baby.
what you know, what you need to end my war. Hit me on the ground. Yeah, thank you.
I love that song.
I know.
I started watching that show not that long ago.
And okay. Oh man, this show, I just heard about it from I think Watch Mojo or something, or I heard because of the Man with a Mission or Man on a Mission. Because that opening, bah, I love that opening. It was awesome. So I just decided, you know what? It's on YouTube, all 12 episodes. I'll watch it. So I immediately hated everyone except Mr. Inuyashiki because he's an old man who, well, he's not old. He's like in his 50s, but he looks very old. He moves to this little house with his family. They're ungrateful little shits. He kind of almost gets laid off of work. He gets cancer. He brings a dog home, but no one cares about it. Pretty much his whole life is shit. And to make it worse, he and this young boy die in a park from aliens. So what do the aliens do? They make robot bodies for them, put their memories in, and leave them there. So, and that's all in 10 minutes. All in 10 minutes. And I'm just like, wow. So then Mr. Inuyashiki learns that he's a robot. He has like a cannon arm. He can open his face to reveal his core. Like, it's weird. And the CGI was wonky at first, but then after he saved this old man from getting beat up by these fucking kids. First of all, what is up with these kids in the show willing to murder a homeless man? Like, that
I
was
don't
like,
know.
what the fuck?
Hey, the youth gotta occupy their time somehow.
Oh, but still, it just after that you see Mr. Inuyashiki cry, which is weird for a robot, but we'll get to that later. Just he's now willing to live this life because he doesn't feel tired, he doesn't feel weak, he feels strong, and now he has this power to save the world. I mean, guys, usually in anime we see the old men are like bitter, they're like, fuck the world, I want to destroy everything because I had a miserable tired mode. But Mr. Inuyashiki, he is like the kindest person. Like, he will help anyone. Like, every episode he's in, he's always helping someone, even fighting the Yakuza to save this woman who almost got raped. I'm like, wow, this man knows no bounds. And then we get introduced to Hiro Shishigami.
Oh boy.
That kid he has problems.
He
I mean,
does.
Interesting
Like-
character
Cuckoo.
arc. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's an interesting character arc. It starts off making you hate this kid, but then you see him go through all this shit, and it's like, do I want this kid to get better or face the consequences of his actions?
Exactly. I mean, well, then again, he did murder a family, shoot a father in the tub, and let his dead body drown his son. So yeah, you got to remember that. But then you also had to remember that Hiro's family's divorced. His mother had cancer. You know, he had to deal with bullies. So
It wasn't really that was making me feel hesitant in having to face consequences. It was seeing him actually show that he can do good.
yeah, with a motivation. Yeah, with his girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
that's-
seeing him do this good outside, I'm like, do I want him in jail? Like, obviously he needs his justice, but it's like, huh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I love about the show. It makes you think about this. Like, Hiro is, yes, he's doing bad, but when he does good, he does good. And Mr. Nishiki, he sees that too. And I just love when they have these conflicts. They have this like moral dilemma. And then like the action scenes are CGI, yes, but they're pretty cool. I mean, remember when Mr. Nishiki launches those rockets from his back? That was awesome. And his
Yes.
fight against Hiro was admittedly brutal. But then the last two episodes, when Hiro and Mr. Nishiki just sacrifice themselves to stop that meteor, I felt hollow. I felt completely hollow. This is just 12 episodes and I feel empty. I feel like this thing, okay? That's how hollow I felt. But it was just a beautiful, tragic series. Like Trey said, like the ending, it felt nice, but then you realize, holy shit, this is depressing. Like, I don't know, like,
Welcome to life.
I know, just everything about this is awesome. I love the references to One Piece, Astro Boy. That was funny, but I mean, it could be better without CGI, but still, it was an amazing series. Like, it's so short. I wish people talked about it because this is technically a hero show. It swaps like the roles of who plays the hero or villain, which I like. So number 8 is Inuyashiki.
I'm gonna be honest though, the meteor ending, like, it caught me off guard. Like, I know they've been building up to it, but I was like, holy shit, we got a meteor. I've been so in mech robots. I'm like, we got a meteor. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, also, I love how they fucking portrayed Donald Trump. He's like, well, became president, suck my dick. I'm just like, wow.
That pretty much is what happened, though, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
that's funny though. Okay, but yeah, go ahead, Brandon. Your turn.
Yeah, so I did switch through my list just a teeny little bit, teeny tiny little bit.
Oh dear.
Same.
Let's one person may know this one, and this anime ripped my heart out by the end of it.
Wait, what?
Because for you who have dwelled in the sins of man, who have drowned in the blue blood that you soaked, you shall see no fear. Let us go to Jiran, Princess of Blood.
Oh
and
my
Snow.
god!
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
I don't even consider that underrated. Oh my god!
Yes,
He's completely distraught.
I need to check this out.
dude,
Oh
guys,
god! You
here's
are
the
not
thing.
ready for this.
You are not
You are
ready. but
not ready.
Here's the thing: if you think that Demon Slayer has a really good job with their animation,
What
I think
do you
Jiran
think
beats
this-
it. I think Jiran beats that, man.
Iran, the princess of.
Yes, Jiran,
Blood and
Princess of
Snow.
Blood
No.
and Snow.
Oh shit! I know what you're fucking talking about. Oh my
Wow.
god.
You've seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. Oh my fucking gosh! I know what you're talking about.
Go, Brandon. Go,
I've seen
Brandon.
animation.
This anime, guys, it's awesome. I was hooked the very first episode. As soon as I saw that transformation, that art style is just so damn good. And just, you don't know what's going on. You're in basically almost the end of the Shogun era of Japan. And you see basically these, like you see Sawa, the main female protagonist, who's probably one of my favorite anti-heroes of anime. She is actually really, really good. But it's actually, when you learn about her backstory, she is the lone survivor of a village that was massacred. Everyone, her friends, her family, gutted right in front of her. Her mom was basically just told her, do not open this door, even if you see us for help. And you see just this silhouetted man just cutting them down right in front of her when she sees it through the broken door. I was like, this kid went from 0 to 100 on the PTSD really, really quickly. But it's just the story. Sawa is looking for redemption. She's looking for vengeance, yes. But she's looking to put that to bed. She wants a normal life. When she saved this little girl is being treated like a prostitute by her own family. It is that, like, what the fuck is going on here? I just love the action, the fight scenes, the demons' designs. Every single one is like basically some kind of animal like mixed in with the human host. It's great. It is bloody. It is mature, but it has this sense of honor, this sense of just storytelling of basically someone who wants a normal life, who to leave that life behind them. And when it got to the ending, oh, I was satisfied, but damn, I was depressed. Like, it just ends in a way that I feel like this is a perfect place to end it. If they do a spin-off, like a continuation, by all means, go ahead. But if you do that, you gotta do it right. So that's why I feel like it's on par with Demon Slayer for me. It's great. The storytelling is fantastic. The art design is great. The soundtrack is stupendous. The opening and ending songs are just stylized. They're fantastic.
They are S tier, my
They are
friend. They are
great.
S
They're
tier.
godlike. They are godlike. So yeah, it sucks that this anime wasn't talked about the moment it came out. So I'm hoping that people will actually see this. If they like Demon Slayer, if you like some of the other like sword style animes of samurais, this is a good one to watch. It's all out. It's completely done. This first season is done, but when you feel the end of it, you want more. And I want more, but I have to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Jiran, Princess of Blood and Snow, takes a spot at number 8.
God damn.
Also, props to the show for being completely original.
Yes, no source material, no manga whatsoever. Go ahead, Nate. Cheer me up a little bit, please.
Well, let's see if I can cheer people up with Devil's the Part-Timer.
What the?
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
What? We went from one end of the spectrum to the other in less than 10 seconds.
Yes.
Because the devil's a part-timer, may I take your order?
Oh, can I have a waffle?
Oh, God.
I want to see them too.
Oh,
Let's start talking. It's coming out in July this year. Don't worry.
Oh man, this is pretty much a reverse isekai if you really think about it, because you have like two of our main characters who are from like the opposite world come into the human world for a change. And it's so funny that Emmy, who was chasing after Mao, found out that he's working part-time at a McDonald's. And their first confrontation. Okay, yeah, you can kill me, but I just want to know one thing. Is your knife from that crappy 100 yen
store
from
down the
downtown?
street? What happened to
Where's
your
your
sacred
sword?
sword?
Shut up.
The fact that they started it off like that, you know it's going to be like a very interesting case. Because every episode, like, it can range from being badass, but it can also range from being crazy too. And some of the jokes really work, especially with Emmy's secondary tendencies, especially when she fell down the stairs like 2 times in the series.
I feel you don't even know how to go downstairs.
You need like a practice more or something. And most of like the cast members for Devil's a part-timer, it was very solid because like at first I thought Mao was gonna be bland, but no, he's very sarcastic as all hell.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is. Emi Yusa, pretty good tsundere. Shiro, oh man. That laid-back sense of the humor he has was just so good. So seriously, the great hero, Emilia, gets beaten by stairs?
I'm sorry. I'm here, sire. Sorry that I'm late. I had to go back home for my general's cape.
Your cape? Seriously, dude!
The fight is already over.
You have any idea what I've been through tonight?
The fact that it's just that weird sense of humor that you might see in harem animes, but this one makes it work, you know it's gonna be very fun. Also, I have to admit, this version of Lucifer is quite interesting. Like, it may not be the best iterations, but man, I have to admit, pretty solid.
I just had an
You know he
idea.
does have a sense of humor now and then.
Guys, I just had an idea.
What?
Blue Exorcist and Devil is a part-timer quirk. Rin Okamura meets Lucifer. Imagine the conversation.
Oh my,
I love it.
that would be something. Yeah, I only put it so low since it's been a while since I've seen it, but I have been like looking at it again since I'm editing EDA's story for that one, and the fact that we're getting season 2 this year, oh boy, this is actually going to be very interesting to take a look at. Yeah, Devil is a part-timer. It may be weird, but it works.
You're still a piece
Amen,
of shit
dude.
for putting it so low. Just kidding, I'm kidding. Okay.
Alrighty, Nikki, what do you got, man?
All right, another series that's been going on, but I don't know. I think it's really been talked to right now because, but I still find it very interesting. It's another isekai series. It's Mushoku Tensei.
Jobless
Jobless
reincarnating? I can't speak. No,
Uh-oh.
Brandon.
Oh,
It's well, okay. I will say this.
Jobless reincarnation.
does he hate it or is it
He
higher?
likes it, but he figured that he put it.
Oh, I finished the damn thing. Oh my god, that ending was fucking trash.
What?
Wait. The show or the
What?
manga?
The show, the ending of the show was fucking trash.
Ow.
You
Is it
are
trash?
I
right.
don't need to talk
How
about
it
it then.
ended,
Let's
or-
move on to.
Alright, let's let Nikki go. Let's let Nikki go because I just bit my inner lip and now I'm hurting. So go ahead, Nikki.
I was gonna say we should skip right ahead since Brandon already explained what happened. So basically, an adult was reincarnated into another world, and they basically are in the body of a child, but they still have the mind of the adult. So basically, at the young age they learned that they are talented with using magic, and so the father decided, hey, you want to discover more? Become an adventurer. And he gave his child to a good friend of his who was also an adventurer. It's like
To teach his daughter magic.
son magic.
Yeah.
Are we not going to talk about Ghislaine? Oh, come on. You have to admit she's hot.
I know. I have nothing to say. So there's that. So he was taught by Ghislaine, and apparently he was betrothed at a very young age by a member of a noble family. So good for him. But and then he along the way he created pretty much his own adventuring party of him, the daughter of a noble family, and then the and then like an outsider from a lost clan. I mean, at first it's weird because but it's funny, and then later on in the episodes it comes a bit dark in reality. It's like, oh yes, this is fantasy and all that, but there are consequences. Lives are lost. Discrimination is about people killing each other because of that. So it does get serious to that, and I do respect that. It's like, oh hey, not everything is all whimsical and magical in the fantasy world. So it has its own problems too. But I definitely like that. Yes, I would say the last few episodes were a bit confusing, or it just didn't make sense. So I get why Brandon was triggered. So I mean, depending how this thing goes, I mean, it's definitely fun to watch. It may not be the best, but I definitely say it would be fun to watch with the first few episodes. So
Getting another season at the least, because I know its original source material is long.
Nope. No, don't talk about it. No talks about it whatsoever.
he doesn't.
It just like how they would say, like, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for season 2. It just the last episode of this season. Just thanks for watching.
I literally checked out some of its source material. The way it ends, the way it sounds like it ends, sounds so fucking good. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna pull like a thing happening in 2023, it's like, oh hey, new season, then who knows? But that's Mushoku Tensei. Moving on.
Wow, Trey sounds so distraught. Good.
Trey's distraught. Brandon is angry.
Let Trey suffer.
I'm doing my work here.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Trey. I'm gonna get my
still
katana.
gonna
I'm
be
gonna go fight
disappointed,
Nikki.
like Jarvis Reincarnation isn't the only series that unfortunately hasn't really been talked about. Burn the Witch didn't get a continuation this season, unfortunately.
Burn the Witch!
Oh, Trey. This year we're getting news for it. You're getting news for it right now. Burn the Witch. Yes, we're getting news for it.
Wait, really?
Yes, this year. I don't know
Yes.
when, but we're getting news about something for it. So,
Fuck yes. Okay,
okay, we're talking about Burn the Witch. Why
Talk about it
why is
now.
the great manga short?
first off, basically its original manga publication was in 2018 before Taita Kubo eventually buckled down and wrote more 4-chapter continuation of the original one-shot in August of 2020, and eventually a Netflix animation adaptation series was released in the following fall. And although I very much enjoyed the series, I liked it. I liked the art style, and I can definitely see why people appreciate Taita Kubo's talent. And I love the little story beats he implemented in Burn the Witch that is definitely worthy to be expanded upon. And I heard rumors and speculation that it will be continued seasonally. It's 2022, and we didn't get it.
But it's coming this year.
Yeah, I know, but it was like, shit.
It was just all that waiting. We just didn't know.
Mm-hmm. And I was worried for a second there because, like you said, there's some things about it that I genuinely want to see. Like, even though I hate Boggle's character, I want to know.
You're not the only one.
And I would like to see more expansion into the other sects of the Wingbind and the other sects of Wingbind beyond just the Pipers. Like, I would like to see more into the Sabers, the Inkers, and shit like that. You know, maybe they can introduce more. Okay, idea. Like Noelle and
Nini.
Nini. Thank you. I forgot her name. Noelle and Nini. They were just the introductionary characters. The next couple chapters will probably be one-shot focus chapters 2 with various other members of the other portions of Wingbind to further develop the world, and then eventually we get a proper story with the main cast already introduced to us.
I hope so.
Maybe they could do that. But either way, though, we haven't really heard much about it, but we are getting news about it right now, and its recency is why it's low at this point. So, yeah, that's my number 8.
Okay.
Don't you talk about how Nini and Noelle are cool girls?
I mean, yeah, but I'm more talking about like how well known it is, right, and the quality of the show itself.
All right.
Bruno was just an awesome character in that series.
Yeah.
You know it, man.
Oh yeah, Bruno Bang Knife. Rickon? Oh, that was awesome when he summoned Rickon back. That was awesome. All right, but let's
All right,
continue. I'm
we're
still
going
waiting
to
for the
number
match to start.
7. What do you got there, EDA?
3 little words: Spice and Wolf.
Why is it so
Spice
low?
and Wolf?
Why is it not higher?
Oh, I
Look at
thought
that
it'd be much
guy.
higher.
My heart.
God damn you, Nicholas. I'm the one that told you about adding Spice and Wolf to your list because you forgot, and it's this low? You know what, Nicholas?
Hey, it was originally lower.
Okay, if that was even lower, then that would be way different.
All right, continue, because you're on a time crunch, buddy, remember?
I know. Spice and Wolf, set in a fantasy world where apparently gods are real because one traveling salesman stumbles across one, a wolf goddess named Holo. And she's just the best part about this show. Okay, let's be honest. She's the best part about this show. The show is funny, the show is charming, but it's not. It can be dark sometimes. Okay, let's be honest. Which is really weird considering how brightly it's animated.
Yep.
The dub is great. The background music is whimsical. The humor works. And it's just a fun ride, man. There's no crazy. It's not like there's a crazy overarching journey. There's no real big villain to beat. It's just a guy traveling, trying to make some money. We've all been there. We've all had situations like that.
And he's being accompanied by a goddess.
Absolutely.
Literal waifu goddess.
Yeah. That's my number 7, Spice and Wolf.
Wish it was higher, but I respect you for putting it on the list, man. Go ahead, Kevin. You're number 7, please.
Ready.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, let's go.
All right, where are you? Okay, there you are. So you guys know New Mutants?
That's
Yeah.
the
That
movie.
was? Yes. Well, let's talk about an anime that actually does what it couldn't do. Be good. Or rather be emotional, because oh god, this is kind of like a darker version of My Hero Academia in a way, but it's amazing. Fuck it, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Hmm?
Oh, dude. Okay, well, I'll explain why. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I thought you were talking about that one that was like Among Us and My Hero Academia combined.
Okay, I'll talk about that later because I don't know what to talk about. But I'm curious, but Charlotte. Oh my god, dude, this show was. I don't know how to feel. I don't know. Like when I started it, like I thought it was like a fun little series, but halfway through, it just gets dark and depressing. Like
Yes, man, it does.
kid named Yu who has the ability to take control of people for 5 seconds. And that's a cool concept, you know? And of course, he's a teenager. He abuses it. He looks up girls' bras. He takes money. He steals shit. He orchestrates a car almost hitting a girl so he can save her so she can become his girlfriend. Yes, he does that. Then he's caught by other people with powers, including Best Girl Now, who has the ability to turn invisible to one person. And then he's recruited to the school where these gifted people are brought to control their powers. And the whole story is them finding people who are gifted to warn them to or scare them to never using their powers because the government hunts those people down and uses it for experiments. And for the first few episodes, it's funny because
Damn it, Dad.
okay, well, I wish my dad was here. Anyways, so basically we see these kids trying going everywhere just to stop these other people from using powers. It's funny, you know? We get a guy who is so fast he can't control his speed and ends up crashing everywhere. We get Pop Idol who has the ability to let the dead ghosts control her body, which she uses for her dead sister, who's a pyro fanatic yandere. And it's a fun series. And then the halfway mark, when Yu, spoiler, has his sister killed because she uses her own power by accident, it gets so sad. It gets so depressing. And then we learn what happens. Like, we learn that he's actually from the future and he has an ability to stop other abilities. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
It gets so fucking dark, but I love it. Like, he even loses a fucking eye when he meets his brother. I'm just like, what the fuck is... Like, there's so many depressing elements about it, and I love it. It's like X-Men, but instead of embracing your powers, you're told never to use them. Like, that's it's a good concept. And the last episode was fucking sad. It was sad because I'm gonna spoil it. He ends up using his power to stop every ability at the cost of losing the memory of his loved one. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
But he can be nuts with her, but he doesn't know her. So it's like they have to rekindle that love. And I'm just like, really? Really? Like, he even confessed to her before his mission, and now it's done. Like, this show, guys, you gotta watch the show. It's
a really good show.
It's so cute. It's heartwarming. It's tragic. And the opening is fucking banger. Oh, ow. But it's amazing. It's an amazing opening. So, yes, Charlotte has to be number 7. Watch it. It's better than that New Moon shit or whatever. I don't fucking care. I'm really shit anyways.
X-Men franchise just stopped after Logan.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Brandon?
Yeah. All right. So we're going to talk about my somewhat of a sci-fi, but also a horror anime in a way.
What?
Yeah. And this one,
Whatever.
the art style is actually really unique and different because we're going to Ergo Proxy.
Oh, Nicholas is so shocked. Look at him. Nicholas, are you okay? Nicholas? He's not okay. He's not okay. Oh dear.
No,
Did that
man.
really traumatize him?
Dude, Ergo Proxy. Holy shit. Just the first 5 minutes of episode 1. The first 5 minutes of episode 1, it's like I thought Apocalypse War was over the top of the amount of shit they were throwing at us.
Oh.
Dude, guys, this is literally like a very, very in-depth like reveal of like things that like between you don't even see between the lines. It's thematic. It is absolutely just. I have my notes here actually for this thing, guys. I actually was prepared for it. It's Ergo Proxy is just basically a proxy of a Vincent Law in a way. It's very let's just say the idea about it leaves a form of denial and recognition for the whole idea about being flawed and creative flawed beings. Yeah, Ergo Proxy is a you consist of like past memories from amnesia, but also it's very just stylized in almost like a detective kind of way. It is just something that you wouldn't even know how to categorize this kind of stories, or just any kind of story with this. It's basically like it's just one season, but it's basically with robots and humans, how it coexists in a harmony after an apocalypse. And I'm gonna take bets if you guys start watching this, how long do you think that piece lasts? You guys, I have no idea. This thing was out in 2006. This is a 2006 series, and just the overall idea about its action, the adventures, just the overarching like style of what they do to this. It is honestly I was shocked because the opening is a fucking banger of an opening. It is.
I agree.
Amazing.
I love the opening.
Oh, it is so. It's basically. I actually tell you this, guys. This. Think about this. How we talked about like say No Guns Life was a cyberpunk anime, like cyberpunk like that.
Yeah.
This thing is Japanese cyberpunk animation original. It's an original concept.
Damn.
It is because they all had this thing called like these human species called proxies. These like humanoid like android like robot hybrids, whatever they are. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. It is just so. The psychological aspect is just so good, and like the reception is actually they praised it for its visualization, the cyberpunk aesthetic of its themes, and it is very even though it's still fucking uneven with the idea of like why is it like it's like philosophical reference or like guys come on, this anime is just a league of its own. It's the DVD box set, it got like 7s out of 10s, it got 8s out of 10s. The manga was like it's actually in China. Here's the thing, the China got banned.
China bans everything, doesn't it?
It does.
Sounds like a better written version of iRobot. Made
literally, dude. I highly recommend it. It is detailed, breathtakingly styled, but it is bleak. It is dystopian. It is amazing with the surroundings. The action is fantastic. The characters are great. It is an overall incredible story. That's why I had to say Ergo Proxy is such an underrated sci-fi anime. Also a good horror genre. So yeah, that is mine. Is Ergo Proxy right here at number 7.
Claps.
Go
Nick,
ahead, Nate.
are you gonna piss us off again?
No, I'm not gonna piss anybody off with this one, since this is like probably the only anime that I've seen. I don't think anybody else has seen it. I got into this anime right when I first got my job. And this is one of the few animes I got on my own merit. And honestly, this satisfied me in a way. Number 7 is Moriarty the Patriot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you tell us about that. I saw it.
Yeah, I mentioned it in Anime Endings Part 3, and now I finally get to talk about the series as a whole.
Yay.
All right, the first thing I want to give credit to, the English dub cast for actually using English accents for their characters. That was just impressive, and I definitely love the casting. You got Aaron Dismuke voicing one of the most iconic villains in fiction. And I have to admit, his English accent is spot on. It feels natural. So what is Moriarty the Patriot about? Well, this is pretty much focusing on Moriarty's perspective, like what would happen in his past life. What is it about? And it's quite interesting to see that 2 of the Moriarty brothers were born as orphans until one of the older ones decided to adopt them in the family. They may seem like good little boys, but if you really think about it, they're more twisted and dark than you realize. And they're kids. To the point where they even plan to kill their adoptive family to start a new life. It's like, okay, we're gonna show the world that it's very corrupt, and we gotta do it from the shadows. And honestly, that really fits how Moriarty operates. He operates all crime organizations behind the shadows, all the while people see him as this amazing mathematician. And let me just say, the way that he kills his opponents is frightening. I think the one that really surprised me is when he killed a discount with grapefruit. Grapefruits may be good to eat, but too much of it, combine that with a heart problem, that's not good. That's not good at all.
I don't like grapefruits.
I'm okay with grapefruits now and then. But I think the one thing that also kind of scared me a bit was probably the Noetic arc. The way that he killed that rich man. Oh wow, talk about intense. And that smile that he gives, it's frightening. I had to admit, I can understand why people say this is like Sherlock Holmes mixed with Death Note. I can definitely see the resemblance. I mean, you have the main character who is a bit of a villain, though the difference is Moriarty doesn't lose his mind, unlike Light. Plus, well, I had to give him credit. I like their version of Sherlock Holmes. Props for them getting an actual English actor to play as him. And I definitely love how it actually showcased like each of the origins, not just Moriarty, but they also showcased the origins of some of his henchmen, Sebastian Moran, and as well as showcasing the origin for Dr. Watson. And how he and Sherlock team up. Like, at first, we get to see them have a bit of a rocky relationship, but over time, they actually grown to be good partners. I haven't seen part 2, but I did see bits of it. It may not be good. It's not as good as part 1, But I still love some of the references, and I still love some of the moments, even if there are some times where it does get a bit weird.
Agreed, man.
And I did take a look at a bit of the manga. It's actually quite interesting. It's not the best, but I still think it's very worth watching if you're a Sherlock Holmes fan. Because not only it respects the source material, but it tells it in a way that felt unique. It felt good. I love the animation for it. I love the soundtrack for it. The openings and the endings are actually pretty good. So yeah, Moriarty the Patriot, that's my number 7. Definitely one of my favorite mysteries.
Alrighty. Interesting. I might have to check it out soon.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty decent mystery, so.
Go ahead, Nikki. What do you got, man?
All right. Well, since we're in the category where animes are based off of things, this one is based off of a French novel, and it's been having many movies, even had, I think it's a little miniseries, of course. But then it got its own anime. So for my number 7, it's I'm gonna mess up the name, but here he goes. Gankutsuo, the Count of Monte Cristo.
I know that. I've been meaning
Wait,
to
what?
watch it. Basically, anime Count of Monte Cristo.
Gankutsuo, the Count of Monte Cristo. I believe Gankutsuo, if I recall, it means King of the Deep. Well, pretty much this is the French novel turned into an anime. So we pretty much have the main character who is, well, technically he's the antagonist of the show as well. So we have the Count of Monte Cristo, who pretty much is planning to get his revenge on the people that betrayed him. And to help his revenge, he encounters the son of the man who betrayed them, who also married the Count's, past childhood fiance. So, woohoo! Things are about to get tense there. So we already see the Count basically befriending the kid and showing like, oh yes, everything is all fun and all that in the high class. But look in the streets. Look at all the injustice and all that awful things that are happening. So basically, we see the boy like questioning about the Count and also wanting to understand, okay, who is this Count? Why is he here? What's he doing? Why does he does these things? And then as the episodes progress, we get to see conflicts between certain characters, and we get to see the Count getting closer and closer to his revenge story. So yes, it's been told many times by the movies as well, but this anime was just fun to watch. It's pretty much the 17th or 18th century like Europe, but it's happening in space. So it's a mixture of like the 18th century Europe with a bit of sci-fi mixed together. And the animation and the art is very interesting as well. So it is confusing, but it is like walking into a wonderland. Like, okay, everything is so weird, but it's also fascinating at the same time. So if you like that kind of voyage, I would say go ahead and watch that. So, and of course, if you like the story, the Count of Monte Cristo, and if you'd like to see it as an anime, this is definitely fun to watch. It definitely also gets deep and also very conflicted in some ways. So that's my number 7.
Okay. Nice. So, Trey, what do you got for number 7?
I have an anime that will probably never get a proper ending or conclusion because their author passed away in 2017. Daisuke Sato, the creator of High School of the Dead.
High School of the Dead.
Oh,
Ooh.
I thought it was Berserk. I don't know why I thought it was Berserk.
Yeah. So High School of the Dead. Okay, let's be real. Let's be honest. It's zombies and tits. Like,
Pretty much, that's what it is.
Childhood.
But honestly, besides the whole tits aspect, I think what drawn a lot of people into the fact is the fact that for High School of the Dead, zombie was never really a focus in anime, really. Like, it was never really a genre like that. Like,
No,
sure,
we had
stuff,
like
as long as
monsters,
we
we had
had-
demons, we had vampires. Yeah, we never had zombies.
Yeah, not really like that. Like, and if we did, it was some weird twist on zombies, like ghouls in High School in Hellsing. I mean,
True.
but it's like High School of the Dead. This is the only anime that actually focused on zombie survival apocalypse. And despite the fan service, I honestly thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like, I especially liked in the manga the mall portion of it, where where it actually like it gave me Dawn of the Dead vibes, really.
You can tell they pull that reference.
hmm And I definitely think that when it was coming out, at the very least, like a lot of people really enjoyed it. People even made a bridge series of it that got a lot of popularity and steam. And they were really funny. But then over time, especially after his passing, may he rest in peace, he kind of faded into the background. Like
It did.
sure you have a mention here or two there, and maybe somebody uses it as like a setting for a crossover fanfic with Naruto or something. But besides that, no, High School Today, it doesn't really have much publicity anymore. I there's a cult following for it. I can't find it.
I'm actually one of those people who actually agree that this show is actually it's better than what people think it is. I mean, yes, I mean you have gravity defying boobs. That was like that was kind of weird,
I
but
mean, yeah, like no, like I mean, in some moments it's weird, especially with that like one special episode that they had. I mean, I don't know. I had fun watching it, but it's just like okay.
At the
Oh,
very
yeah.
least, it owns what it is. It owns what it is.
But
Yeah.
also that opening, dude. That opening was great.
Yes. The opening pretty much sums up what you should be expecting from this anime.
That's honestly a really good choice. And I totally forgot about that.
I
So-
didn't think it would be underrated.
Exactly. So EDA, we're going to number 6 before we go on our break. What do you got, pal?
Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan.
Oh,
Wait,
Okay.
Brandon, you watched it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Oh my god! I didn't. Last time I mentioned this show, nobody even heard of it.
It took me a while to figure it out, but then I realized it. But yeah, it's a good show.
Oh yeah. The best way I can describe it is the mythology of Rosario Vampire mixed with the freaking blood and politics of Black Lagoon. Am
Yeah.
I wrong or am I
Wow.
wrong?
You're not wrong.
Holy shit, its art style is similar to Rosario Vampire too.
Yeah,
I think was it the same studio?
I don't know, but I do know they
Hmm.
both have Yuki Onas.
True.
Sorry, I didn't hear your number 7. Your number 6. Can you repeat it, please?
Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan.
Oh, I don't know about it. Okay, cool.
I know you don't. That's why it's underrated.
Continue.
I mean, yeah, the show focuses on Riku Nura, a boy who was actually 3/4 human, 1/4 yokai, and his grandfather is basically head of yokai yakuza. Let's put it that way. Yeah, and now he has to become the third heir, which basically means he's going to be the third gang leader, and he just wants to be a normal life. But the outside world rarely lets you do whatever you want to do, and stuff starts happening, and he's got to make a choice, and he chooses to fight. And wow, is his night form deadly!
Yeah.
Season 1 alone makes you scared of the guy. Season 2 makes you run from the hills from him. And you know what I'm talking about? That equip power he
Yes,
has.
the equip power, dude. That thing was.
That is amazing. Literally, that is literally the power of friendship right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's anime; it has to show up
Of
somewhere.
course it does. It's a cliche that we know it's going to be in
Yeah.
there.
Oh, boy.
And I mean, you just take one still of that shot where all the yokai are, you will have a mythology discussion panel for the rest of the day. Each one is unique. There's no lame repeats. Each one is carefully crafted out of Japanese mythology. It's so authentic. It shows the creators took their time and actually did the research.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fight scenes are just awesome.
They're really well done.
Oh yeah, season 1 finale fight. I'm like, whoa, that is intense. I will admit the second opening is a bit weird, but I still love it. Nora, 2 seasons, and it can't get enough love.
Agreed.
God, I wish we had a season 3.
If only we could. But Kevin, what do you got for number 6?
All right. We have a lot of anime protagonists that are failures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this man is a knight, and he's a failed knight.
Oh
people
my
don't-
god, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, people don't think he's weak, but never underestimate Iki Kurigane of Chivalry of a Failed Knight.
Number
Yeah.
Failed knight.
six.
I knew it. I knew it.
What do you mean you knew it, Trey?
You said failed knight. Of course you meant chivalry of a failed knight.
You're a failed writer. How was that? All right.
Moving on.
All right, but okay. First of all, I honestly wanted Nicholas to have this at number 6, but apparently he has a higher, which is good for him.
Same.
Oh, fuck you. Okay, never. All right, whatever. But Chivalry, I did not start watching it until I finished Asterisk War. Okay, I will say that. I'll admit it. And I found it on Hulu, so I started watching it. So it is dirty. It is very
You know
dirty.
it is.
I think it's almost as dirty as Asterisk War. That's saying something. But
It's dirty. No, as Asterisk War, I thought it would be almost as dirty as DXD.
oh, that's true. Okay, but so we follow Iki Kurigane, who's basically a failed knight because he can't really use magic that much. You know, he's a blazer in this academy to train magic knights, but he sucks. Well, he doesn't suck. He doesn't have a good power. Like, he has a strength enhancement, but that's it. And one day after he comes back from working out, he finds a Stella Vermilion in her undies.
Yep.
And what does he do? Wait, I know what you're gonna say. So let's calm down. So here's this. I'll get naked, and we'll be even. I'm just like, whoa. Okay, bro. I can already tell I'm gonna like Iki because of just that quick response. He gets slapped though, and of course he has to attack. It's a princess. Stella's a princess with fire. So and she's a Cinderella. So what does that equal? Yeah, you're fucked. Until
Yeah.
What is with this poster? She's humping her sword.
Trey, what did I just said it's dirty, okay? Fuck off. But yes, Iki, he has an interesting ability. He can copy the movements of his opponents, which is interesting. So they're fighting themselves. And as we get through the show, he and Stella, they actually form this genuine respect and eventual love with each other. Like the end of episode 1, while she does technically grope him while he's sleeping because she wants to get revenge, she does accept that, yeah, let's be friends. We're roommates now, so let's be friends. So then he starts training, and we get to introduce the other characters. Is Iki's sister, who
That's
we don't talk about
weird.
that. We don't talk about that because
Oh god, it has incest.
no, he does not go for the sister. Okay, I will say that.
This is all over him, though. You can't deny it.
Sword Online all over again. No. This is Oremo all over again.
Okay, Trey's okay. While Trey has a
These
mental
with a
breakdown,
regular, that one makes more sense.
so while Trey has a mental breakdown about why we like this show, let's continue to what's great about the show. It takes an underdog story and helps us improve who Iki is, who Stella is. Like, I love that a lot of the fights are Iki's fights. His fight against Ayase, his fight against the Sword God, the fight against that Swift who kept hiding and sniping him, like in Call of Duty. And then when he gets found out, he's like, wait, this is a joke. I'm like, bro, fuck you. But what I love about the most about the show is Iki and Stella. They form this genuine love. Episode 4, she confesses. Episode 5, they kiss. And just, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful relationship. They grow. And then, of course, it gets exploited by his fucking father.
Yep.
And the show gets dark for a while, and then we eventually get to the final fight, which lasts a minute from everyone's perspective but ours. And it was amazing. I admit the animation's not as good, but it was entertaining. I just wish we had more fights that weren't with Iki. Like, the only other fight we really had with that didn't have Iki was with his sister against Toka Toto.
Yeah,
That was a good fight. Wait, what, Brandon?
No, nothing. I was going to agree with you.
Yeah, it's just like, it's not that I don't like Iki. He's a good character. His development's awesome. It just feels like you're kind of dick rubbing him by having him just do all the fights. I would have loved to see Stella fight more. I would love to see the other characters, but I don't know. And it came out the same years as Asterisk War, and because Asterisk War was a lot more popular, it kind of didn't get a season 2, which sucks. I would love to see season 2 because I hear what happens in the manga is awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So yes, there's a lot of fan service, and he's self-aware. Like, remember when Nicholas? Remember when he was helping Ayase with her training by grabbing her thighs and like moving her millimeters? And he's like, "I know this is uncomfortable, but just hang in
Just
there."
bear with me.
And she's literally sweating and panting, like, I'm like, "Whoa, dude, like you gotta stop."
He's just smooth, man. He's smooth.
I don't know about smooth as he's a personal invader, but I don't know, Brandon. It's up to the fans. So yes.
He and Stella have sex in volume 9 of the light novels.
What?
Yeah, they use 10 condoms in the process.
Dude, spoilers!
You're a piece of shit, Trey. I hope you never update again. All right, that's number 6. I hope JoJo Part 7
Alrighty
bombs.
then. Let's go ahead and
Hopefully, this next entry will cheer me up because what the hell did I just hear?
oh
Called
yeah,
anime.
it's definitely gonna cheer you up. Magimech attack! Gravity
Oh!
fast!
Yes!
Eden
Yay!
Zero.
It
Absolutely.
doesn't make more sense when it's less perverted somehow.
Oh,
Not wrong. But Jesus, it's better than Fairy Tail. Well,
Yes.
let's get out of it. This is better than
Yeah.
Fairy Tail.
I'm a Fairy Tail simp, but I admit that Fairy Tail went downhill halfway through, or not even halfway through.
it went downhill with the final season.
It
No,
was
even before
just
that.
so I think the animation got better.
Yeah,
Let's be real. The animation got better with Eden Zero than it did with Fairy Tail. And just Shiki's story, how he just wants friends. That is wholesome. Just had his grandfather Ziggy telling him the whole story about mother and like the journeys he can grant you one wish, and just having him on that planet with the robots, but seeing Ziggy pass away. I was like, oh
Man, that was emotional.
And of course, we see like the beginning of Shiki's journey when Rebecca comes in. Basically, you know that it's Hiromashima's touch because she looks like Natsu,
Oh my
Rebecca
God.
looks like Lisana,
It-
or Lucy, and then you also have like a bunch of other like random Fairy Tail cameos in the background.
Oh my god, the
Oh,
cameos
yeah.
are just.
I just love the idea because I love sci-fi. I'm a sci-fi guy, and this actually takes the idea of sci-fi and magic and actually gives it a good combination of the two of them. It's actually really interesting. I'd like to say like it's like magic mech stuff. Like each one's like a different ability. Like Shiki's is more like gravity based with power. Dr. Steiner, yeah, I think
Weiss Steiner.
Weiss Steiner, yeah,
And
Oh, Weiss.
Document Maker.
yeah, he can make different stuff but out of
And
a
even
whim.
upgrade him.
And then you got of course best girl Homura with the Valkyrie blade. I was just like,
Oh.
oh,
Simple, but the way she
God.
uses it, though, seriously, the manga takes full advantage of it.
It
Weiss is the
does,
best
but
character. I will stand by that.
But
No,
we,
it's easy, fuck.
we got just now recently in the part 2, we got to see a little bit of Rebecca's power.
Oh my god. The name of her ether gear is just stupid, but it works.
It does, but plus, I mean, this is actually a happy I can enjoy.
Yeah.
He's an android that transforms into guards. I mean,
And he's not being a little shit 24/7. Thank God.
Yeah, he's not doing the
Exactly.
you like it bullshit. I'm like,
do you guys have any fish? But it's also just that it's Eden Zero that it's with it's Hiromashima. There's bound to be fan service with a lot of it, but it's not like in your face like it was with Fairy Tail. I will
They
say
even make
there
the
are
fan
it's a
service
little
kind of
bit
dark at times. Like, Jesus Christ, what? Okay, I'm not going to spoil it, but Kurenai.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
hey, she deserves it. So fuck her.
Yeah,
I know,
she
but
got
it's
what
like-
she deserves.
Trey, no spoilers. No more spoilers. Spoiled enough things.
I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just like, Jesus, Mashima. Like, you took darkness to a new level, man.
That he did. But it's also just let's also say the fact that the ending of season 1.
Ooh. It's
I feel sorry
anime
for
watchers,
Homura.
you are not ready for the Belliogor arc. You're not ready.
Yeah, like I'm literally looking at this. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It feels like Thor Ragnarok end credit scene where it's like, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah. And just I am loving the manga. It sucks that the manga is yes, the sales are declining. It's like, what is going on? Like there's nothing wrong I see with the series.
I think it's because some of the other mangas are getting popular, but that's another story.
It is coming out concurrently with Fairy Tail Century Quest, so maybe.
Maybe. All I know is that the anime knows how to get right. This is actually one of the most consistent ones. I didn't actually feel like I skipped anything like I would in Fairy Tail. So yeah, Eden Zero is my new go-to favorite, like Hiro Mashima style. It has to go in my number 6.
Aye.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nate.
Well, time to talk about another anime I saw in high school. And man, I talked about Moriarty the Patriot being a bit of a mystery, but this one, what would happen if we combine a mystery with sci-fi? The answer? Darker Than Black.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes, motherfucker, yes!
Whenever I hear the title, I think of Falling Inside the Black from Skillet.
I like that song. Falling inside.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yes, Darker Than Black. Oh.
The opening alone makes it godlike.
Both
Yes,
of the
it does.
openings are good in their own way. I really like it. And man, when we got to see our main character, Hiei, what a badass way to introduce a character.
Yeah, he doesn't wear that
Mask
that
and
mask
the,
alone.
the wires and the electric powers that he has.
And let's not forget the talking cats line. He doesn't wear that for fashion. It's bulletproof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. It actually helps him out, and it actually also conceals his identity. It really works out well. And I definitely love the contrast between Hiei's life as a vigilante compared to like his normal human life. Like it's just being that unassuming guy that loves to eat a lot.
Classic anime show. Main
Yeah.
main protagonist has to eat everything in sight.
Pretty much.
Definitely. Though the way that Hiei does it, it's not in the glutinous way. It's just more of like a professional way if you think about it. And I definitely love how each of like the series, we got these people called contractors, which are basically like assassins, but they also have like a contract to follow by the rules and all that. And Jesus Christ, things can get dark in some of these episodes. And especially around the end of season 1. Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, it's so weird that people are always bashing on season 2 because they felt like they missed something. Though, it's
Yeah, because they missed the
because-
OVAs. But here's the order
Yeah.
I watched it in.
yeah,
Season
if
1,
people want-
OVAs, season 2.
exactly.
So it felt like a logical progression.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you people want to get into that, there's the order you had to go into. So that way you can fully appreciate the series. In season 2, I enjoyed it as much as season 1. Like it doesn't feel rushed or anything. It just felt natural. And seeing Hiei and all the other characters after the events of season 1. whew. And I thought season 1 was dark, but this one took it on a whole new level. Plus, I had to give props to like the main cast as well. Like Hiei is actually a really good anti-hero. I would say this is probably my favorite role that Jason Lieberg has done. And we also have Shin, who is also a really good female lead as well.
Oh my gosh, she's adorable.
She
she
is. And even if it does have its dark moments, it does have to have its lighthearted moments too. And I would say the best thing about the anime is actually the bond between Hiei and Shin. It just felt very natural. It's not like over the top romantic in any way. It just felt very nice. It felt very natural. It just shows that they care about each other.
Mm.
And the soundtrack for that series, whew, they nailed it very well. Yeah, after like season 2 ending, I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, and it's sad. But hey, I learned that sometimes in life you gotta cherish what we have at least. And
Yeah.
I think Darker Than Black is a really good example of what you can watch if you're looking for a dark anime that took the definition of vigilante to another direction. That's my number 6.
Also,
There.
another completely original idea.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Nikki.
Okay, number 6. Oh boy, this is a long house. Here goes. Cautious hero. The hero is overpowered.
Oh
but
my
overly
God.
cautious.
Oh yeah.
I've heard
Before I go
things
outside, I
about
must
it.
do
Oh,
push-ups.
man.
I must destroy this thing. Hell's fire. Hell's fire. Hell's fire.
Okay, you did enough. Okay, yeah, no, that's just a bit. Like, I couldn't help but laugh at every bit that Seiya does. So I guess I love that he's called a cautious hero, but I never believed a character would be this cautious. Like, well, first of all, he also admits, like, in some of the fights we see, he understands that even he's not over and that he's not powerful. It's like, okay, we gotta get out of here.
You're
1
just gonna
minute later,
grind.
I just trained. I did my push-ups. I'm ready to go.
Wait.
Did a cameo and
No,
he-
Nick, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's not. I trained and did my push-ups and ready to go. I trained, I did my push-ups. Now I must do squats and collect as much supplies as I can.
Oh, and
Yeah,
also-
you
and
gotta
also-
grind.
And also, I forgot to mention, I have to sleep with a goddess. Now I'm powerful enough. Let's go. No,
Doesn't
like
it
that's
make
one
a
of the
kid-
weirdest things. Like in a couple of episodes, he sleeps with a goddess and like learns their techniques and skills. I'm like, okay. Hopefully, if you're cautious in that situation, I'm sure you're cautious in every other situation.
Wait a
You
minute.
have condoms
Didn't they
in
make a
that world?
cameo in Isekai
What?
Quartet 2?
Let's not think about it, okay, Trey?
No, like it is funny, like how this goddess pretty much summoned this hero, and every bit he does is to be like, yes, he's very cautious and careful about what's happening. But then, like later on in the series, when we understand why he's overly cautious, and that because of that, you feel for him. But and also you would like understand why, because everyone has certain experiences, and because of that experience, it's up to them to decide how they'll react to it. So for this case, Seiya chose to be cautious so he can protect others, even though he rejects the goddess's affections every single time.
There's also an
no,
explanation why he's traumatized by slimes.
Literally,
That's
that goddess is thirsty, dude. She honestly is. She's,
On
Wait a
another
minute.
level, from what
Wait
I
a minute.
understand.
Rimuru with the slime. Asusa, who kills slimes. And now we have the main character of Cautious Heroes, who is afraid of slimes.
That
Wow.
is the perfect triangle.
He would lose if he were up against Rimuru. Anyways,
Yeah.
this is just a funny, but also just a fun and isekai anime to watch. I definitely would recommend that.
I'll
Especially
put that on my queue list because it does look interesting.
the opening, Nikki. That opening is actually really good.
Oh no, it's good. I'm just saying I love it because every bit is just funny. It's like a slapstick comedy for me to watch.
Yeah. Plus, it's good when they made a cameo in Isekai Quartet.
Yeah, I love how he was just walking away from the festival.
But
Like,
no, we need to actually. We're not going here yet. But come on.
Oh,
Stan.
come on!
It's like, nope.
Oh man, Nikki, thank you, buddy. I love that show. What do you got there, Trey?
I don't want to hear one motherfucking word when I say this series.
Okay.
Even though its ending in the anime was garbage, the manga is better. And let's be real, it was solid up to that point. Soul Eater is not that bad. You asked.
Soul Leader.
Yeah, it's complete. I'm sorry, Trey. It's complete garbage. I'm sorry. It's
Okay, fuck you, Kevin. I'm coming to your house right
Ah,
now.
fuck you.
Ray, don't be
Forget
ashamed
Kevin, I'm
for
glaring at
speaking
Brandon.
facts right now.
What did I do?
You are the ones that you are the one that makes the most jokes about its ass ending.
No, I don't.
Well, it
Yeah,
sucks.
you do.
No, I don't. What are you
Trey,
talking about?
Trey, technically speaking, I'm the one that roasted it in the All Bad Cards.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm.
Play the flashback to that reaction.
Yeah. So Trey, you're unjustifiably targeting Brandon. That I feel he's being racially attacked. So
No, he's playing dumb. He'll do it again. I know he will.
Oh my god, Nikki.
All right, just go, guys. We actually have a time crunch. Come on.
Okay, yeah. Actually, that is the thing. Fire Force came out of nowhere. Why am I mentioning Fire Force? Because
Same
really,
guy.
Huh?
Same guy made it.
as Okubo.
Shut up. Let him go.
Same guy that made it, yes, Okubo. And the fact that apparently it took theories of Fire Force being a secret prequel to Soul Eater for Soul Eater to have any relevance again.
Wait, what?
What?
All right. Just
Yeah,
let-
there's
just
that
let him
theory
go.
going around.
Let him come from you guys.
Yeah, there are theories saying that Fire Force is a secret prequel to Soul Eater. And
There's no way.
Nicholas, shut up.
just what it's fine, it's fine. I understand the disbelief. Trust me, when the anime catches up with the manga, you understand. But it's like it really took that a whole different series for Soul Eater to come into anybody's head again. Really? Come on. And it's like again, its anime ending was terrible because it deviated from the manga. Of course, that never goes well. But it's like, I mean, it was still fun. It still had good fight scenes. Like I still love Mifune versus Black Star. And
Shut up about
I
it.
don't get it. Its music was great. The concept was fine. Death was cool. But like nobody cares about it anymore. And that's kind of sad. Like it was one of my first actual anime that really got me into anime like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
damn. Nobody really cares about the show anymore.
You know, it sounds like you're crying. It sounds like you're that close to crying right now. You're like,
Nah, I'm not gonna cry. I'm just bummed out by that. You know? Like
He's
only
actually
way
crying
I'm
on the
gonna get-
inside.
like the only places I'm gonna see Soul Eater mentioned is in fan fiction anymore, and that sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if there's ever gonna be another anime Comic Con or something, I think I know what Trey should be dressed up as a character
Star.
from Soul Eater.
Black Star.
No, I'm gonna address his soul.
I mean, come on. I mean, how can anyone forget the that awesome da 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 da?
Opening is
You know what's funny?
iconic.
You know what-
TM Revolution.
Wait,
It's a
you guys wanna know what's
fantastic
funny?
song.
I for my video editing class, I had to choose a song to do like a parkour video. I chose that song, and people liked it.
Yeah, he
So-
chose that one. I chose Garen no Yumiya from Attack on Titan. Okay, wow, yeah. Alrighty, Soul Eater. I'm surprised that actually it's not bringing us to the top 5 of right now, but maybe that will change because we'll be taking a little bit of a break, guys, because we actually started early, so some of us might need to get some food. So we'll be right back right after this.